My name is Jake. I've lost everything I ever loved. My mother, my fiancé, my home. Grief is my curse, but also my gift. I walk this broken world, carrying the weight of pain and helping others carry theirs. I am Jake. I am Grief Guy. The Adventures of Grief Guy. Chapter 10. The Hollow Light. The invitation came in an envelope with no stamp, just a wax seal pressed into the shape of an open eye. Inside, a handwritten card. We've heard of your work. You bring peace where others bring fear. Come rest. Come release. The Mourning House welcomes you. K. Jake almost threw it away, but that tug, the familiar ache just beneath his ribs, flared sharp. Something was wrong. The Mourning House sat in the mountains, shrouded by pine and silence. It was advertised as a grief retreat center. No phones, no clocks, no contact with the outside world. Pain, the brochure read, must be fully embraced before it can be released. Jake took the last seat on a shuttle driven by a man who never spoke. The other guests, 6 in total, looked like grief incarnate. Hollow eyes, shaking hands, worn-down hearts. They all smiled politely. None of them looked at each other for long. The house itself was pristine. White walls, wide windows, soft music echoing like lullabies through the halls. Every room smelled of lavender and something metallic. Jake was shown to a small cabin on the edge of the woods. He unpacked, sat on the bed, and listened. Nothing. Even the birds didn't sing here. Day 1. Opening the wound. They sat in a circle around a fire pit. A woman in flowing gray robes with a voice like velvet introduced herself. I am Keeper K. Here, we do not fix pain. We feed it. We let it breathe. One by one, the guests were asked to share. A man spoke of his dead daughter. A woman confessed to causing a car crash that killed her sister. An older couple whispered about their son, still missing, presumed dead. When it was Jake's turn, he said nothing. He just stared into the fire. Kay smiled, her eyes like polished stone. You don't have to speak. Pain knows how to introduce itself. That night, Jake couldn't sleep. The air vibrated. He stepped outside, and he heard them. Screams, distant, buried. He followed the sound. It led him past the gardens, past the prayer stones, to a black door in the ground, half hidden beneath the roots of an old tree. There was no handle, just a symbol carved into it, the same open eye from the invitation. The door was warm to the touch. Jake pressed his hand to it. For a moment, he felt everything, not just grief, not just sadness, but suffering, terror, hopelessness from dozens of people. He staggered back, gasping, and then the screams stopped. Day 2. The offering. They were asked to wear white robes, to walk barefoot, to write down the worst moment of their lives, then burn it in a silver bowl. Jake refused. Kay approached him after the ritual. You're resisting, she said softly. Jake met her gaze. Pain isn't currency. Kay tilted her head. No, but it is power. Do you know how much energy is locked inside a scream that never got to happen? Jake stepped closer. What are you doing to them? She smiled. What they asked for. Relief. Then, without blinking, and what you need too. That night, Jake snuck back to the black door. It was open. He descended into darkness. What he found beneath the house was a chamber lined with stone and lit with candles made of human tallow. In the center, a throne of bones, and strapped to the walls, the former guests, eyes wide, mouths sewn shut. Tubes ran from their chests into a central basin where a thick black liquid pulsed like a heartbeat. Grief made flesh. Jake turned and saw Kay standing behind him, robes now soaked in shadows. "You don't understand," she whispered. "Grief is endless. It replenishes. With every story, every loss, we feed the mourning house." Jake stepped forward. Kay raised her hand, and the air grew heavy. Jake felt the weight of his grief press down. His mother, his lost years, the voices, the violence. It almost crushed him. But he stood, not because he was strong, because he had seen worse. "Grief isn't meant to be harvested," he said, voice shaking. "It's meant to be held." Jake fought his way through the chamber, unhooked the victims, carried 2 on his shoulders. Kay tried to stop him, but she couldn't touch him, because he had already died inside once. And death has no grip on the broken. Jake burned the house to the ground. The victims were rescued. Authorities arrived, found no sign of Kay, no sign of the chamber, just ashes and one white stone, carved with an eye.
Yo, picture this, city sleeps, but my grind ain't stopping. Grief guy on the beat, got the emotional drops popping. Ain't no cape, no